So the next presentation is, we have two speakers, okay, Luana Giordano and Francesca Gaffuri. Now I give you my place here. And they work in the plant health service of the Lombardia region. And the talk will be about climate change and invasive organisms, the role of plant health service. So I move and you can sit here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for the invitation. It's a great honor to speak to you today. On this occasion, we talk about the effect of climate change on plant health and the role of plant health service. As you are aware, plant health plan is very important for life, and as well as plant health is crucial to ensure sustainable agriculture, food system, and the broader environment and ecosystem. Plant health is increasingly under threat by climate change, human activities, international travel and trade, because they alter the ecosystem, reducing biodiversity, but above all, for the topic of this presentation, they can spread pests and disease. Which are the pests that causes disease in plants? Are nematodes, insects, viruses and phytoplasma, bacteria and fungi. That causes in different areas, agriculture, forestry, and urban area, economical, ecological, and social losses. For the development of disease, it's necessary to present the close combination of the three factors: the presence of pathogen or pests that you can see before, favorable environment, and host plant. Globalization and climate change to promote the emergence of disease because they act directly of these three factors. Let me show you an example. We consider one of the factors responsible to climate change, the temperature, in association with another factor that causes damages or disease in plant. Favorable temperature allows some organisms to overcome the winter, so increasing the number of generations of the insect. And if we consider a geographic area, we observe spread. It's this insect in the environment. We have to remember that pests need plant hosts, so we observe damages for disease when pests are present in the same time with plant hosts. National Plant Protection Organization take care of the environment and prevent the introduction of pests and disease. Plant Protection Service, we work in the Plant Protection Service in the Lombardia region. Carry out monitoring surveillance of its territory and to implement different strategies for achieve the goal, and also, it's very important, sensitizing the population of the pest phytosanitary risk. NPPO is an organization that outline the guidelines for proper supervisor and give the guidelines for the protection of plants. What I described represent different point of climate change and has big repercussion on environment, economy, and social values. I conclude my general part and pass the floor of my colleague, Luana Giordano.
Okay, to understand the role of climate change as a factor affecting interactions among plants and pathogens and pests, I will present some good examples on plant diseases, in particular two of which focus on pines that represent one of the most important elements in mountain areas, and one focus on rice, an agricultural crop cultivated from lowland to mountain areas, especially in Nepal. So the first one is the Spheropsis tip blight caused by Spheropsis sapinea. That is one of the most destructive fungal disease of pine trees in Europe, first reported in 1985. So Spheropsis sapinea causes, as you can see in the slide, the progressive yellowing, browning, and stunting of needles, sometimes associated with wood cankers. Small black pycnidia, the fruiting bodies of these fungal pathogens, can be observed at the base of brown needles on dead twigs or on cone scales. So several different studies have been performed in order to evaluate the potential role of climate change in the emergence of new outbreaks of this fungal disease. And models fit to simulate past and future scenarios, as you can see in the slide for France, show that climate change not only favored in the past the emergence of Spheropsis tip blight in Europe, but also that in the future it could be responsible for more severe and frequent outbreaks of this fungal pathogen. Another serious threat to pine trees is the pine wilt disease, caused by the wood nematode Bursaphelenchus xylophilus, vectored by monocamus beetles. So pine wilt disease is responsible for the significant reduction in quantity and quality of pine wood products. Also, in this case, studies have been performed to evaluate the potential role of climate change. And all of these suggest, as you can see in the slide, that climate change could be responsible for the geographic expansion of pine wilt disease, especially in European countries where pines represent a key element of mountain areas. In fact, it should be noted that currently in Europe, pine wilt disease is only localized in Spain and Portugal. In addition, the potential geographical expansion of pine wilt disease could be associated with habitat degradation with unpredictable ecological consequences. Obviously, climate change affects not only forest trees, but also agricultural crops. And the rice is one of the most important cereal crop for developing countries, and it represents the staple food for over the half of world population. So several rice-associated pathogen and pests, as you can see in the slide, for example, the nematode Aphelenchoides spessei, the fungus Fusarium fujicuroi, the causal agent of Bacchanae disease, or the bacterium Xanthomonas oryzae, as well as viruses and our vectors, could be favored by climate change, with unpredictable losses and economical, ecological, and social consequences at world scale. So more in general, in both forest and agricultural contexts, the adoption, the development of sustainable management strategies is pivotal in order to prevent, in order to reduce the potential negative effects of climate change on plant health. So in conclusion, our key message is the key message launched by the FAO Chief Pu Dongju during the International Year of Plant Health for 2020. So as with human or animal health, prevention in plant health is better than cure. So I would like to renew our thanks to the organizing committee for the invitation at this international event focused on climate change, and a special thanks to Servizio Fitosanitario Regione Lombardia and Fondazione Minoprio. So thank you for your attention.